Solar Thunder, Chapter 5, Divine Ascension. The golden space near the sun slowly faded away. Ricky and Priya stood side by side as divine light enveloped them. One by one, the stars vanished from sight. A portal opened before them. Without hesitation, they stepped through. Moments later, their home appeared before their eyes. The battle had ended, but the war had only begun. Inside Ricky's house, night time. The city lights shimmered beyond the window, casting a faint glow across the room. Ricky sat silently, lost in thought. Near the window, Priya gazed out at the sleeping city. After a long silence, Ricky finally spoke. "I almost lost." Priya turned toward him. "You survived." A faint smile appeared on Ricky's face. "Because you saved me." "And next time," Priya replied confidently, "we'll make sure you don't need saving." Ricky chuckled softly. Then his expression hardened. "Tamas is stronger than I thought." Priya's eyes narrowed with determination. "Then we become stronger." Suddenly, golden light flooded the room. The surroundings dissolved into a divine realm. Golden sunlight radiated in every direction. A familiar figure emerged from the light. "Guru." "Surya Dev!" Priya exclaimed. "Guru," Ricky breathed. Surya Dev smiled calmly. "You have learned the truth. But truth alone cannot win this war." Ricky stepped forward. "Then what do we do?" Surya Dev's gaze became serious. "You will travel to the realm of gods." "The realm of gods?" Ricky repeated. Priya looked equally surprised. "How can we even travel to another dimension?" Surya Dev smiled. "Priya carries the direct power of Goddess Durga. She is now a divine avatar of the goddess. She can travel through dimensions just as the gods do." Priya blinked in disbelief. "I can really do that?" "Yes," Surya Dev replied. Surya Dev then turned toward Ricky. "And you, Ricky?" Golden particles began swirling around him. "You are no longer bound by ordinary laws." Ricky watched silently as the particles danced around his body. "You are made of light, and light has no weight. It exists as both a particle and a wave." A flash of lightning illuminated the divine space. "And with Indra Dev's blessing, you possess speed greater than light itself. So you too can cross dimensions." Ricky's eyes widened in amazement. Priya raised her hand. Golden red energy surged through her body. Divine symbols appeared around her as a dimensional gateway formed before them. Priya stared at it in wonder. "So this is my power?" Ricky smiled. "Let's go." His body transformed completely into light. Together, they stepped through the gateway. Reality shattered into countless fragments of light. A breathtaking divine world unfolded before them. Floating mountains drifted through endless skies. Rivers of golden energy flowed like liquid sunlight. Celestial palaces stretched beyond the horizon. Gods walked throughout the realm. Ricky and Priya stood frozen in amazement. "This place," Ricky whispered. Priya's eyes sparkled. "It's beautiful." A giant divine council chamber. Surya Dev, Indra Dev, Durga Devi, and countless gods assembled together. Indra Dev stepped forward. "Welcome to heaven, Solar Thunder, and Priya." Ricky immediately bowed. "Indra Dev." Both Ricky and Priya folded their hands respectfully. Indra Dev nodded. "Your training begins today." The gathering separated. Durga Devi approached Priya. "You will train with me." Priya bowed respectfully. "Yes, goddess." Meanwhile, Surya Dev and Indra Dev stood before Ricky. "And you," Indra Dev declared, "will train with us." A celestial battlefield. Durga Devi floated high above. Priya stood below as energy gathered around her hands. "Control the energy. Do not force it." Priya closed her eyes. Golden red power slowly formed around her. Durga Devi watched carefully. Release it. Priya thrust her hand forward. Divine strike! A gigantic beam erupted from her palm. Mountains trembled beneath its power. A faint smile appeared on Durga Devi's face. Far beyond the battlefield, galaxies stretched endlessly in every direction. Distance means nothing, Durga Devi said. Feel every corner of existence. Priya concentrated. Flash. She vanished. Flash. She reappeared across the galaxy. Her eyes widened. I teleported. Durga Devi remained calm and said, Again. Days of training passed. Priya stood wounded and exhausted. Durga Devi observed silently. Power alone is not enough. Now heal. Priya closed her eyes. She began chanting, Om Doom Durgaye Namaha. Golden energy surrounded her body. The wounds disappeared. Priya stared at her hands in amazement. Amazing. Inside a massive divine arena. Durga Devi raised her hand. One final lesson. When needed, you may call upon divine creatures. A glowing symbol appeared before Priya. She activated it. A thunderous roar shook the arena. A gigantic celestial lion emerged from the light. The ground trembled beneath its presence. Priya smiled confidently. On a distant mountain peak, Ricky sat in deep meditation. Sunlight and lightning swirled around him. Days became weeks. His aura continued growing stronger. There was no limit. Only growth. Ricky slammed his fist into a divine training pillar. Boom! The mountain shook violently. Again, someone said. Ricky struck once more. Boom! A larger shockwave exploded outward. Again! Ricky grinned. Yes, Lord Indra. Thousands of lightning spears shot toward Ricky. He calmly raised his hand. A massive golden barrier appeared. The attacks stopped instantly. Surya Dev nodded approvingly. Defense protects what strength cannot. Ricky lowered his hand. I understand. A mysterious cosmic dimension. White particles floated endlessly through space. Tamas commands dark matter. Surya Dev extended his hand. You shall command white matter. The particles gathered around Ricky. Weapons formed. Wings emerged. Armor appeared. Platforms materialized beneath his feet. Ricky stared in awe. Incredible. In a mysterious ritual house, the gods stood in a circle around Ricky. Divine energy poured into him. As king of gods, Indra Dev's voice echoed throughout the universe. I grant you command of the elements. The cosmos trembled. Fire, water, earth, wind, lightning. All gathered around Ricky. Power surged through his entire body. I can feel them all. Deep space. A giant celestial target floated in the distance. White matter gathered around Ricky. The 5 elements merged together. The emblem of the sun blazed brighter than ever. Indra Dev pointed forward. Show us. Ricky raised both hands. Sparking supernova. A colossal white golden beam erupted across space. The target vanished instantly. Even the stars seemed to tremble. The training finally came to an end. Surya Dev stood before Ricky and Priya. From this day onward, you may travel between Earth and the realm of gods whenever needed. Priya exchanged a glance with Ricky. So we can return any time? Yes, Indra Dev said. Ricky's expression brightened. That changes everything. All the gods gathered once more. The atmosphere suddenly grew serious. Indra Dev stepped forward. There is something you must know. Ricky immediately sensed the change in tone. What is it? Durga Devi looked directly at them. The truth about Thomas. A vision appeared inside the minds of Ricky and Priya. Images began unfolding before their eyes. A younger Tamas, wearing ordinary clothes, teaching students, laughing with his family, living peacefully. Surya Dev's voice echoed through the vision. He was once a kind and ordinary man, a brilliant professor, a scholar of space science, a loving husband and father. Neither Ricky nor Priya spoke. The revelation left them stunned. The vision shifted. A dark throne emerged from the shadows. The Demon Emperor sat upon it, watching Earth from afar. The Demon Emperor feared the future. Indra Dev's voice carried through the chamber. He feared solar thunder. Durga Devi continued. He searched for someone capable of killing you. The vision focused on Tamas. Surya Dev lowered his gaze. And he found Tamas. The scene changed once again. Tamas's home. Fire, smoke, destruction. Everything he loved had been reduced to ruins. His family lay motionless. Tamas collapsed to his knees. His world had shattered before his eyes. Tamas would never have served darkness willingly. Surya Dev's voice grew heavy. So the Demon Emperor created tragedy. Durga Devi's expression hardened. He murdered Tamas's family. Priya covered her mouth in shock. Ricky stood frozen. For the first time, he saw not a monster, but a broken man. The Demon Emperor appeared before the grieving Tamas. He made it appear that the gods were responsible. Indra Dev's voice echoed. Tamas believed it. Surya Dev continued. He witnessed divine beings destroying his family with the magic of Demon Emperor. He was manipulated. He was brainwashed. The vision showed Tamas accepting dark power. Hatred replaced grief. Pain became rage, and rage became darkness. The vision faded away. Silence filled the chamber. No one spoke for several moments. Priya finally broke the silence. So, Tamas was a victim? Ricky lowered his head. Memories of their battle flashed through his mind. All this time, I remember fighting him. He didn't look like a demon. Or a monster. Surya Dev nodded solemnly. His pain is real. Indra Dev's expression remained firm. But his choices still threaten existence. Durga Devi stepped forward. You must stop him. Ricky slowly lifted his head. Determination returned to his eyes. Priya nodded beside him. A portal to Earth opened. Golden energy flowed from its center. We understand. Ricky's voice was steady. We'll be ready. Together, they stepped through the portal. The greatest enemies are not always born from evil. Sometimes they are created by it. The golden portal opened inside Ricky's house. Ricky and Priya stepped out. Moments later, the portal closed. The room looked exactly the same. Nothing had changed. The clock on the wall ticked softly. Outside, the city lights remained unchanged. Ricky frowned. Something felt wrong. His eyes moved toward the clock. Wait. Priya turned toward him. What is it? Ricky pointed toward the wall. Priya followed his gaze. Her eyes widened. That's impossible. Close up, the clock. Only 1 second had passed. Ricky stared at the clock in disbelief. We spent weeks training there. Priya shook her head. We crossed galaxies. We visited the realm of gods. Ricky looked around the room, and Earth didn't even notice. Everything looks exactly the same. Priya slowly approached the window. It feels like we never left. A golden ray of sunlight suddenly appeared inside the room. The image of Surya Dev manifested before them. You have returned. Guru? Ricky stepped forward. Priya looked equally confused. How is that possible? Surya Dev smiled knowingly. There is something you do not know. His voice echoed gently through the room. While you trained in the realm of gods, the gods stopped the flow of time on Earth. Both Ricky and Priya stared in shock. You stopped time? Ricky could hardly believe what he had heard. Yes. Surya Dev nodded. We could not allow Earth to suffer while its defenders were absent. You spent weeks becoming stronger. But on Earth, not even a single second passed. Priya looked down at her hands. Golden red divine energy flickered around her fingers, a reminder of everything she had learned. So nobody even noticed we were gone. Exactly. Ricky clenched his fist. Tiny sparks of sunlight and lightning danced across his hand. Gods are really amazing. A faint smile crossed Surya Dev's face. His image slowly began to fade. The next battle approaches. His voice grew distant. Be ready. The light disappeared completely. Silence returned to the room. But everything had changed. Ricky and Priya stood side by side. Moonlight entered through the window. Divine energy shimmered around them. The heroes who had left Earth were gone. The ones who had returned were stronger, wiser, and prepared for what lay ahead. While only a second had passed on Earth, the heroes who returned were no longer the same. And when darkness returned, our heroes would be waiting.